What is up and what is happening, my friends? My name is Reagan and today's Tuesday. We're halfway through 2021. I wanted to cut straight to the video today to get to a couple announcements real quick. First off, thank you to a new patron, Karina Scarenberg. I'm probably saying that wrong. Thank you, and Andrea and Michael and Audrey. My heart and mind is with you, and to everyone else, please consider still going to my Patreon and helping support journalism. And secondly, I wanted to give a quick shout out to the comments from my last video to Annie. You made my heart, pulled at my heartstrings. Seriously, thank you. It means so much. My goal several years ago was to go into broadcast journalism, and 5 years later I just ended up buying all the equipment myself and doing it myself, because who needs to go through all that? And you compared me to the Walter Cronkite of Doom, which, if you don't know, is one of the most trusted news anchors ever, and to say that about me was just made my day. So seriously, Annie, best comment of the last video. So let's get into it. Not too much has happened this week, but we got a few exciting stories. First off, half of Americans are vaccinated and the other half is either too dumb or lazy or both. Also, Biden wants to spend trillions of dollars on a new infrastructure package and basically giving money to a new underground tunnel along the Hudson River, but that will be a host to climate refugees in 20 years. You're going to see them pouring in the tunnel to live there because above ground will be hell and we'll all turn into zombies just like the TV shows. And with that in mind, we have psychos still running around the street like Matt Gaetz.
We are powerful people. As President Trump reminds us, we are the elite now. And so let us use the Constitution to strengthen our argument and our movement. We have a First Amendment right to speak and assemble, and we better use it.
Seriously. Biden talks all this nonsense about climate pledges and this and that, and then he goes and does the complete opposite with the article came out this week. And essentially, we've heard all we need to know. We don't have the fantasy technology to take CO2 out, and we're going to keep spending trillions of dollars on infrastructure and building more. And then we're going to spend $36 billion more on research and development, research into climate change. It's really simple, guys. You just stop emitting carbon emissions. That's how we get through it. But instead, we work at it like we do the homelessness crisis. If you want to see how we're going to handle the climate crisis, look how we handled the homelessness crisis. Go to Los Angeles. We have one hand in and one hand out and doing the same thing. It's backwards. Pretty much, we're headed for RCP 8.5. It's business as usual. Nothing has changed. Yeah, digest that. In this Chris Pratt movie, I love science fiction because they take super hyper objects and they juxtapose them into fantasy situations, and they make it entertaining and dumbed down for the audience. But essentially, this movie is basically about climate change.
Human beings in the future will be wiped from the face of the earth.
They're going back to the future to stop. They're taking people from the future coming to the present to help recruit people.
This device facilitates your jump to and from the future war.
To fight a war that we'll fight in the future. Sounds awfully familiar to a crisis we currently face. Only in this movie, it's aliens. Yeah. Oh, and not to mention that China now says, even though they say we should stop carbon emissions, now they say you can have 3 kids on top of the 1 kid you already can have. So, having a kid is the worst thing you can do for the climate. One of the worst things. It's like driving 25 cars through their lifetime. It's absolutely horrible to have children, the amount of emissions. So we keep the pipelines going and China keeps having babies. So it's RCP 8.5 all over, guys. We're going straight to hell. And no doubt this is portrayed in our statistics. There's been, according to the Thomson Reuters Foundation, there's been intensifying climate change impacts. There's been more heat-linked suicides In Mexico and in the United States, eco-anxiety is on the rise. A recent CNBC poll came out and said that 78% of millennials are now concerned with climate change as that poses a serious threat to our survival. Yeah, we're feeling it. There's an awful drought in the West that's going to be horrible for fire season this year, even worse than last year. Another mass shooting in Miami and a Houston nightclub. There's protests in Colombia. Taxes are high and people are working and conditions are shit. What a privilege it is to live in one of the richest, most diabolical and criminally insane countries on the planet. In my head, how I'm working this out as I imagine Atlantis or the fallen Aztec Empire, and just the dystopian future. And okay guys, what a privilege it is to have you as my audience and keep up with you. And this is shot in 4K. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider being a patron and keep citizen journalism going, and have an excellent day, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.